Hey guys, today I'm going to walk you through your sketchbook assignment. Now to get started, you are going to draw a 3 by 3 inch square. This does not need to be perfect by any means, just get it generally on there, or you can trace the edges of a sticky note because that is the size that we're working with here. Now the concept is to, or premise of the sketchbook assignment is to take this image of fabric and turn it into a shaded version of itself. So the first thing you need to be able to do is turn it black and white in your head. Now maybe this is enough for you to go ahead and get started in shading the darkest places, but just in case it's not, I want to break it down into one more simplification, and that's into these 3 basic values. So you've got dark, medium, and light. If you can train your brain to think of the different sections of this image as dark, medium, and light, then that is going to be a lot more simple than trying to replicate perfect fabric. Now your first step is going to be either drawing those sections of dark and light, or start by kind of mapping out the lines. I'm going to start by mapping out the lines on mine just because that's the way my brain works better. But make sure if you do it this way, you are starting very, very light, because there may be areas of white that you're going to have to come back in and lighten up. Then it's time to come in and do your darkest values first. So everywhere those sections of dark are, you are going to do, again, that darkest value, that darkest shading with your circular motions and hard pressure. It's kind of hard to go too hard in these areas as long as you're getting the shadow in the correct place, and you'll see as I go through, I'm actually going to be darkening a lot of those initial dark values to even darker than I have it here, because the higher the contrast, the more 3D the fabric is going to look. Which brings us to that next step, which is doing that sort of gradient from your dark areas to the lightest areas. So remember, you're changing the pressure of your pencil. The darkest parts you have harder pressure, as you get medium you ease up, and as you get light and fade to that pure white, you're going to be barely touching the paper. So I know this is moving fast, it is sped up. This whole thing took me about 30 minutes to do, but I just wanted to show you kind of a speed through of how you're going to be shading from that dark to light, and you're not having any harsh lines, because fabric, as far as we have it on this example, does not have any hard creases in it. It has those soft rises and falling, like waves almost. So again, you can't really go too dark on your darkest values, and if they start getting lost, like sometimes my shadows started getting lost, I would go in and darken those shadows before moving on to the next section of medium values or light values. If you need to watch this on a slower speed, you can definitely change that in YouTube, but more important than watching my process is referencing the actual image you are drawing from. So yes, use my process to help you in your process, but you shouldn't be drawing from my drawing. You should be drawing from the photo. And that's really it, guys. There's not a whole lot to this. Go in with your gummy eraser or normal eraser, whatever you have, and dab out the areas that you maybe want to dark on, or you need to be a little bit brighter. Just kind of tweak whatever you need to, and you're done.